closing in on 250 exclusives, I'm in the Discord almost daily, Q&As, special tiers with signed scripts or roasts, and you're keeping one of the last ad-free independent channels alive. Support the habit at patreon.com/doseofbuckley. Welcome to Scumbags of the Internet. This is the feature where I find some human tumor who makes the internet actively worse by existing and present them for your amusement. Sometimes it's just some nobody, sometimes they're a celebrity, and sometimes they're a person who you wonder how they became a celebrity in the first place. Like today's scumbag, Jack Doherty, the littlest sociopath. I'm gonna have to be very careful in this video. A lot of the things I want to say about this kid are not things you can say on YouTube. The first time I ever saw him, I thought, wow, this dude has a very
lovable
face. My first exposure to him was that video that goes viral every couple of months of him walking through a mall with his arms out, intentionally trying to goad people into confronting him. And then when someone does, his bodyguard steps in front to protect him while he pretends to be a big man shooing the person away. Every time I see it, I think, Christ, I wish someone would take this kid out.
For a nice hot fudge sundae at Dairy Queen.
Most of the content I've seen of his involves him harassing people. In fact, he got his start as a child going to Walmart and being annoying on the speakers until he'd get kicked out. Before that, he'd call fast food places to harass their workers. He did other stuff at Walmart like doing floor is lava challenges or pretending to spill paint. It's at this point he clearly gets a taste of something that basically defines him as a person. We'll get to that. But that's his content. That and a bunch of bottle flip shit. Remember when that was popular? So now he's 20 years old. I'm calling him the littlest sociopath because he claims he's 5'10", but A, he's not. Here he is standing beside his girlfriend, McKinley Richardson, who is 5'6". They're the same height. And B, even if he somehow is, he's just got runt energy. Again, the whole thing where he hides behind his bodyguard, it's little runt behavior. In fact, it's alleged in a lawsuit that he had his bodyguard punch a dude who calls himself Chase Scardella last year. There's footage of this. Chase says something to the bodyguard, and the bodyguard hauls off on the dude. Guy's hands aren't up, and then Jack posts the videos to his socials. So actually, not only is the guy suing him for assault, he's suing for unjust enrichment and appropriation of likeness. Basically saying, he had his bodyguard assault me, filmed it, then used the videos of me being assaulted to make more money off social media. So perhaps you're starting to see the sociopath part come together, but we'll get more into that later. When he was young, he apparently took his YouTube money and invested it into real estate, claiming he's bought over 30 properties in his lifetime now. Very impressive at only 20 years old, right? Considering that over 60% of Americans don't think they'll ever be able to afford one home. But bottle flipping and house flipping doesn't make someone a scumbag of the internet, right? So far, he's just an annoying little brat who grew up to become a landlord. So, let's talk about one of the other ways he makes his money. And for that, we go back to his same-sized girlfriend. One other thing, of course, Jack likes to do is post pictures of himself with cars and women. Of course, right? He's 20, he's rich, and he probably grew up listening to a lot of rap music. How do you show off how rich you are? Whips and hoes. This photo of him on an airplane with 6 nearly identical women almost looks like something AI would pump out, but it's real. This is his stable. He figured out that people are just like property. You can effectively own and earn from them too. He calls it management, but really, he's a digital pimp. He signs these girls to apparently insane contracts in which he receives 50% of their earnings, and then promotes them by putting them on his Instagram, in his TikTok videos, having them appear with him on his live streams. He features their links on his website, which is basically just a Linktree page, including, of course, all of their spicy OnlyFans pages. He's making money from sex workers, which is actually illegal in Canada. But he's doing this, including with his own girlfriend. I remember how much flack iDubbbz got for this, being called a cuck and whatnot, just for letting his girlfriend be on OnlyFans. It's odd that I don't see much of that same energy for a little Jack here, because this is even worse. His girlfriend's not just on there, he's selling her on there, and taking her money. He makes 50% of whatever his girlfriend makes from showing her tits to men on the internet. Probably making custom videos for dudes. That's where all the big money is on OnlyFans. And he does this for 6 or 7 other women as well. I don't want to get too terminally online with this video, but one of his rivals, another little freak named Neon, accused Jack of actually grooming girls who were 17 and getting them to sign contracts with him when they turned 18. There's currently no proof of this actually happening because Neon is all talk and is also a little noodle arm puke. It's like watching the 2 least popular kids on the playground get into a slap fight. You don't really care who wins as long as one of them is crying at the end. If both are, it's a bonus. But I'm just saying, I wouldn't be surprised if that is true. I love this line from the management section on his website. They've been individually handpicked for their ability to learn and grow on social media. Yeah, that's why they were picked. Their learning abilities. But you might think, well, they're grown women. They can make that decision. And who knows? Maybe 50% of earnings with him pimping them out is more than 100% of their own earnings if they didn't have this leprechaun parading them around. And so, if that doesn't bother you, maybe endangering the lives of the public and his own staff just for clout will? Early October, he gets a brand new McLaren, estimated to be over $1 million. While doing one of his IRL live streams, he's seen driving while texting in the rain. He speeds up and then loses control of the car, crashing into a barricade. Another clip then shows him screaming for help, and as someone's pulling him out, he asks, "Can you hold this?"
Can you hold this?
His camera. Well, you wouldn't want this to not be filmed. Wouldn't that be a shame? So then, him and his passenger, the cameraman, are outside the car. Jack asks, "Are you okay?" We see he is not okay. He's bleeding like his hookers on the days they call topless only week. And then instead of getting him medical attention immediately, Jack hands him a phone and tells him to film with both. Jack then posts this video on YouTube of the aftermath, where he goes to see his mommy, not wearing a shirt for some reason, put a fucking shirt on, and has this to say about people talking shit about him on social media.
There's so much going on, like no one understands. Everyone's so quick to put some shit on me on social media. No one's gone through what I gone through just now. Like I literally almost died in a car accident. I literally almost died and fuck these cars too. At least I still got 2 Lambos. No, I'm kidding.
This is a sick fucking little boy. He almost died? Oh, he caused it! He was speeding in the rain while texting. 2 separate crimes that he filmed himself committing in a car he doesn't know how to drive. It was his fault. And he treats the person pulling him out of the wreckage like a cameraman, then treats his own cameraman like expendable meat. And his response to destroying $1 million car, nearly killing someone, risking the lives of other drivers that were on the road, is, haha, I still got 2 expensive cars. He is a fucking sociopath. No empathy for others, and he treats people like they're just NPCs in his narcissistic life. Again, something he's been doing and learned to do since like the age of 13 years old, when he first started doing it on YouTube and was rewarded with clicks and likes and eventually money. Since he was a child, fucking with Walmart employees and fast food workers, those weren't people to him. They were extras for his videos. Bystanders, people just trying to go about their day at the mall, even other social media losers, just toys for him to play with, to be harmed if necessary if it'll get him more clicks. His own girlfriend? No different than an income property. In that, I don't think he'd care who comes in her if he gets 50% of the profit from it. But she's just a rental to make money off of, eventually flipped when she's no longer a good value proposition. Same with the other girls he manages. Even a man pulling him to safety from a wreckage he caused, he sees as nothing more than a fucking tripod. Hold my camera! Fuck your camera, you fucking mouth-breathing, pug-faced little fuck! Where was your bodyguard to protect you from that railing, huh? Stupid little runty piece of shit! Crying to your mommy that, oh, they're being mean to me on social media! Fuck you! And then, I saved the best, or worst, for last. He goes on TikTok Live, because Kick banned him after this. You know you fucked up when Kick bans you. Anyway, he goes on TikTok Live with a stream titled, "Help Me Make Back My McLaren," begging for donations. And his slack-jawed fans gave him money. So, how can you expect this mushroom-headed little puke to learn anything from this when idiots enable him? You claim in a tweet, in which you say sorry only because you think that's the correct human response, that this was a huge learning lesson. I honestly believe that the only learning lesson you could have received that would have gotten through to you and changed you is if the crash left you
Dressed well.
from the neck down. So thanks to today's scumbag of the internet, Jack Doherty, for showing us all, perhaps more than anyone has ever shown us in this segment, that no matter what we do in life, we'll always be better than he is.